Hello, I'm Daniel Pratt and I'm a soloist with Sarasota Ballet. I'm delighted to be here today with a principal of the company, Danielle Brown. She's not just a principal with the company, she's a dear friend. So I'm really looking forward to talking to you today about George Balanchine's choreography because we'll be performing a triple bill at the end of the month. All Balanchine, so 3 very different ballets. I should say too that Danielle has a very unique position, I think, within dance in the USA right now, because the range of choreographers that she has experienced over her time at Sarasota Ballet really is incredible. It's not usual that people get to dance such a wide range of ballerina roles. So I think that makes you an excellent person to speak about George Balanchine's choreography. So I'll dive straight in, and I think the first question I want to ask you is, if someone has never seen a Balanchine ballet before, what is the most significant things that will stand out to them in your mind?
I think the things they'll notice the most will be the patterns that he makes on the floor with like the corps de ballet, like how they move in and out of each other and the angles they create, whether it's like one of his tutu ballets or it's one of his, black and whites as they call them, like his patterns and how he uses the space is really unique. And then I would also say they'll probably notice the very particular aesthetic of that sort of American style that is so unique to Balanchine, and it's neoclassical, but it's also just very particular to him. Like there's plenty of other neoclassical choreographers out there, but nothing is quite like Balanchine is. And it's the musicality, it's the dynamics of the steps. So even if you're doing, tombe pas de bourrée, pirouette, it's going to look different because of the dynamics that the technique and the style create.
So this is a good moment to start talking about the huge range of Balanchine ballets you've danced. Yeah. I mean, we probably could spend an hour talking about all of the roles, but give me a sense of your favorite Balanchine roles that you've done.
It's funny, I don't know if I have a favorite because they're all so special. It's hard to say there's one that is my favorite, but definitely Diamonds and Serenade have a very kind of spiritual, sentimental place in my heart. And getting to do Waltz Girl in Serenade was something I didn't ever really see myself doing, or I didn't think other people would see me as the right kind of dancer for it. But I had always loved the role and watched it obviously for years. And so when I finally got to actually perform it, it was so, dream come true kind of cool moment for me. And same thing with Diamonds. I never thought of myself as the type of ballerina that would be suited for the role. It always just seemed this you have to be a goddess with these legs and feet, and you have to have legs for days, and this certain stature that you have to have the ability to do it well. And so when they picked me to do it, I was are you sure? Me? I could not believe it. And then because we worked with Suzanne Farrell the first time we ever did it, I mean, that whole process was just amazing. And getting to see the ballet through her eyes and hear all of her little, tips and tricks and all the things that she thought about, it was really, really special. So those two stand out. But then, I mean, there's Stars and Stripes, which was Melissa Hayden's, one of her roles that was made on her. So getting to do that was also very special. So it's hard to say that there's a favorite. It's hard. They're all so amazing, and they teach you so much. Each role has taught me something different and has made me stronger in a new way. And that too is very cool and unique about Balanchine work. Yeah.
My mind's now going to the ballets that we'll be dancing at the end of the month. So we've got Western Symphony, Divertimento number 15, and Four Temperaments. You've danced all of these ballets before,
yes.
Maybe different roles than you are doing now. But what are some of your recollections or some of your thoughts on those 3 ballets? I mean, they're so different, which is what's wonderful about the program, that you're seeing 3 very different sides to this choreographer. But for you as the ballerina, What stands out?
Yeah, they're all so different, like you said. And Western, we've done most recently. So that one's like the most still in my bones and my muscles. And it's also a blast. Like, it's one of the most fun Balanchine ballets because there's this lightness to it where you can kind of, anything that's stressful about it kind of floats away because the music is fun and you're in this amazing cute little costume and the style is very, not hokey, but it's, you know,
American
cowboys.
West.
Yeah, exactly. So the like, if you can get lost in the style of that, like all the hard steps, which there are many, kind of become easier. And so I love that about it. And then 4T's, it's one of his black and whites. It's like so iconic. I mean, so many sections are like, you know exactly what you're seeing just from like the first pose, you know. So that one has a weight to it too, where it feels like enough people have seen it. People love this piece. So you have to do it really well. Yeah. And you're so exposed. You're in just a leotard and pink tights. So that one feels challenging in that way. Like you feel like you have to, you know, everything has to be pulled up perfect. Yeah. But then you still have to have all the style and freedom on top. So that one's definitely hard in that way. And then Divert is like this, like, I don't want to say breath of fresh air, but it kind of is because it's tutus, it's, you know, classical music, and it's very like, you know, when people think of ballet, this is what they're going to think of. And you feel very beautiful and you feel very ballerina in like every way. But it's also so hard.
It's very difficult technically.
Very hard, yes. But I love the way that it's structured. It's very like in and out, like the pas de deux, how like one starts and then the next one starts and they kind of overlap, and everyone has a solo and a pas de deux, and there's like a lead couple but not really. And I think that's unique to the piece, which I really love. So yeah, they all have something different to offer to the dancers and the audience, and they're all very hard in their own way, but also very fun.
What are some of the things that dancing Balanchine's work has taught you over your career that perhaps you didn't get in other choreographers' works?
I would have to say the number one thing it taught me is to be like gutsy and brave and to really go for things. And that's like physically go for things, like travel, jump really high, move really far, go to like the extremes of what you can physically do. Like that's part of his technique, it's part of the aesthetic, but it's for a dancer, when you can actually do that and like let go of your fears and like, if I really go for it and it doesn't work and all these people are watching, you know, that devastation, if you can let go of that and just go for it, that's like when magic happens. And I definitely learned that concept first with Balanchine, but I've taken it into all of the different reps that we do and all the different choreographers. And it's definitely like, I wish I had learned it sooner, because it's definitely one of like the most important things I think I've learned from doing his work.
I love that. I love that attention to being in the moment and, like you said, trying to live to your fullest potential. It's been a joy to talk to you. I feel like I could have spent sort of longer interrogating you about Balanchine's work. But the last question I want to ask is, if someone hasn't bought a ticket yet, why should they come and see this Balanchine tribute? What's particularly special about this triple bill that we're doing?
I would say because there's something for everyone. Each ballet is so different. The music's so different, the costumes, everything about each piece is different. And so say you don't like the first piece, you might like the last one. So I think everyone should definitely come and see it. He's a choreographer that stands the test of time and I think can teach everyone something about themselves and life. So he's definitely worth seeing.
We throw the word genius around a lot, but he really was one of the 20th century's greatest artists.
Absolutely.
And we're happy to dance his works. We're
it's
really
an honor
lucky.
every time.
So thank you so much for spending time with me today to talk about Balanchine's choreography.
Thank you.